Hi everyone, Malvo Sean Beatman here again, and I want to talk to all my viewers here about some movies that you might never heard of, but you might know the director or maybe the main star. And one movie that popped in my head is the underappreciated 1990 superhero film Darkman. It's actually based on a video game, actually a comic book, and this superhero got his powers from getting brutally injured by a mafia, and he got his injuries got made because of they put his head into this liquid that actually made him actually deformed, and his hands got electrocuted and made him all grisly and nasty. And his powers, he can actually make take photos of whomever and make a mask of this item, this material that he made for only like a still for only 99 minutes, and he can actually infiltrate the mafia that actually made him that way and try to end the villain. And I'm in the first movie, there's three of them, but I'm praising part one because it has Liam Neeson as the main role. He was showing a little bit of Dr. Frankenstein monster and into that role, showing the humanity side of like like Frankenstein's monster, and playing the role of his girlfriend is Frances McDormand, who is a brilliant actress who appeared in some good horror films and action films, like Transformers 3, which technically it was a lot better than the second one, and also The Howling, the first one, which brilliantly done. But afterwards, they had some sequels, and an Australian company got a hold of it and made a crappy sequel. It had a cameo of Dame Edna, who was brilliant, mind you, and also the executive producer and director of that film and writer, Sam Raimi. And being a Sam Raimi film, you have to keep your eyes open for a few people who worked with Sam Raimi, like his baby brother Ted, and even the Mishek Chin, which is a running joke between me and the little Rocker Cutie 2005, which I mean Bruce Campbell, because his chin is manly, and that's what you do once in a while for one of those films. See, if you see the director, executive producer, or director directed by, then you think, will that person go to a go-to guy? And that's what you should do. And in that movie, Darkman 1, believe it or not, Sam Raimi kills his own brother. That's right. He wrote on the screenplay how Darkman's not killed Ted Raimi's character, and well, it was kind of creative on the death, yet that death should have been actually in a horror film, not in a superhero comic. Granted, Swamp Thing was a horror in the first movie. The second movie was was a comedy. But that boggles my mind. And also, there's a few movies out there that should not be done like that. Like I said, Swamp Thing and the sequel. And also, there is some good stuff coming out soon, and I found out there's gonna be a Daredevil TV show coming out next year, so keep your eyes open for that. And funny thing about that movie, it has one of the members of the Mighty Ducks playing the role of Foggy. And if you remember the Affleck film, the role of Foggy was done by Jon Favreau, and he is a brilliant actor and director. You see, and me, if I create the Daredevil TV show, I have to look at who the movie who who should I get to portray the characters? You see, if I can get Jon Favreau to work as Foggy in the TV show, and I can ask him as a director, who is the perfect person to play this role? As because I would give some advice as him as a director as well, because he has worked with some of the best as an actor and a director. If you'll believe me, look at the Iron Man films. And also, if I have to look at find a psychotic, a perfect parody of a super, if one of my characters in the Flash or Daredevil is a parody, I need to just a just a parody character of a Detective Comics character. I'll think, who should I get to play that role? And I think of all the great parody actors in that film who has done great parodies, I'll think Weird Al Yankovic, and also if I get a joke on Star Wars, I'll try to get Mark Hamill or to portray Luke Skywalker or himself and reference Star Wars, and heck, or maybe get James Earl Jones in an episode and reference something outside of Star Wars, like I worked in The Lion King, and or I did or say this is CNN because he is more than Lord Vader, and that's about it right now in hell.